Now on CoastTV News.
Worcester to Washington, the latest move by county officials in blocking the wind farm project planned for our coast. And return of Rep, the Delaware General Assembly is back from break. Could District 20 Representative Stell Parker Selby appear at Legislative Hall for the first time this year?
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Weber and welcome to Coast TV News Midday. Our top story this morning, the fight over a planned offshore wind project continues. Now some Worcester County officials are taking that fight to Washington, D.C. Maryland State Senator Mary Beth Carrozza, Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan, and County Commissioner Joe Matrezek met with the chair of the U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee. This is a part of the continued push to get the Trump administration to officially kill the project in the works by alternative energy company U.S. Wind. A similar project off of New York's coast was recently stopped.
You want to see a complete halt to the project, and so we have every intention to take every opportunity at every level to continue to make the case.
And the project to build more than 100 turbines about 11 miles off of Ocean City coast has already received federal approval under the Biden administration. U.S. Wind says it looks forward to working with the Trump administration to achieve U.S. energy independence. And members of the Delaware House of Representatives have committee votes scheduled for this week. But the question is, will Delaware's 20th district, which includes parts of Lewis, Milton, and Harbison, have representation in that chamber? They have not all year, and according to Sussex County Democratic Party, Representative Stell Parker Selby said in a letter she is, quote, looking forward to the day that I can return to the chamber ready to pick up where we left off. Parker Selby has said previously that she is recovering from a medical event after winning election to a second term last November. This week's proceedings run through Thursday. And work is continuing today on Sussex County's fiscal year 2026 budget. The County Council is meeting this morning, and that budget approved for the current year came in at over $265 million. July 1st is when the new fiscal year begins. And we are now taking a live look outside at Milford this morning, and our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono, is in for Bob. Chris, this morning we had some thunder, we had some rain. Now it looks like pretty clear outside.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a nice morning. We had clouds, we had some patchy fog, and it was a rather damp and muggy start, and we are seeing some sunshine out there right now, warming up to 75 right now in Milford. We're up to 75 in Seaford. This is going to be the warm sector. I think someone in this area, Eastern Shore, Western Sussex County, portions of Wacomico County, getting up to around 80 degrees today. A bit cooler at the coast. We're at 61 for Hobeth and 61 in Bethany Beach. You can see winds out of the south. We'll see more of a southwesterly wind, upwards of 21 in Salisbury, 12 Indian River Inlet. You can see the cloud cover thinning out over the Delmarva Peninsula. And you can see that big spin north of Cleveland there, north of Ohio. You can see that will slowly begin migrating northeastward. And as it does so, we'll begin to kind of end the threat of any shower or thunderstorm activity. So as we go into the afternoon, can't rule out a spotty shower or storm. Everyone's not going to see it, kind of isolated in nature. Then we'll see a sunny midweek across the area before more unsettled weather arrives. Looks like late Thursday through Friday. Otherwise, we will see a mix of sun and clouds over the next few hours with temperatures topping out upper 70s to around 80. And then we should see some sunshine even more, clearing skies by around 6. Again, with that isolated threat for a shower and storm as we go into the evening. We'll talk more about that rain threat later on in the week, as we will see more rain chances ramp up Thursday and the Friday coming up in that full 7-day forecast.
Thank you so much, Chris. And new this morning, the dates for the annual White Marlin Open have been announced. The 52nd tournament will be held from August 4th through the 8th in Ocean City. And an update to a closure set to take place in Cambridge. Cambridge Creek Bridge on Maryland Avenue was set to close this week so crews could perform concrete repairs to the drawbridge. But now the city is saying that that project is postponed due to inclement weather. The Maryland State Highway Administration is overseeing that project, and another date has not been announced yet. And Delaware's Office of the Marijuana Commissioner can now start fingerprint background checks for selected marijuana license applicants. The FBI has issued a fingerprint code after state lawmakers passed a bill clarifying who needs to be checked. One term still needs tweaking, but officials say this is a big step forward for launching Delaware's recreational cannabis market. And in Accomack County, a 16-year-old has been charged after making a bomb threat to Nandua High School on Friday. While students were evacuated, police searched the school and found no explosive devices. The Accomack County Sheriff's Office says that threat was determined to be a hoax. And anticipation is growing this morning, a day ahead of the papal conclave at the Vatican, as the Catholic Church prepares to elect its next leader. NBC's Jay Gray shows us 113 cardinals from across the globe are gathering in silence behind the locked doors of the Sistine Chapel to elect a new pope.
On the eve of the conclave, the magnitude of their decision weighs on the Catholic cardinals who will elect their new pope.
The problems that are in the world, for peace, for immigration, for freedom and for justice. There are so many things that need to be addressed.
Issues they've prayed about and discussed for more than a week following the funeral of Pope Francis. That time, a vital part of the process.
One of the most important times in the selection of a new pope, because this is the time that the cardinals get together and get to know each other. Some of them don't know each other very well. And so there's a lot of meetings.
Tomorrow, the meetings, the talks will end as they gather behind the locked doors of the Sistine Chapel.
Once it really starts, there will be 2 votes in the morning, 2 votes in the afternoon, and this is done in the Sistine Chapel in total silence, except for the counting of the votes.
Counting that continues until a 2/3 majority agrees on who will lead the world's largest Christian denomination with more than 1.4 billion members.
We will do what we can, knowing that God is with us and that we're here to make truth, justice, and charity.
Laying out a path for the future of their faith. Jay Gray, NBC News, the Vatican.
Coming up after the break, OC pushes preparedness. Why the police department there says now is the time to get ready for hurricane season. We are less than 1 month away from the official start of hurricane season, and in Ocean City, the police department is helping people prepare for hurricane-related emergencies. It is why they are promoting the town's Hurricane Preparedness Week, and the department recommends creating an evacuation plan, making sure you're stocked up on essentials like batteries, water, food, and a radio. Also, review insurance documents and possessions, and create a contact list and have a communication plan. And the CEO of Mattel, the maker of Barbie, told the Wall Street Journal the company plans to raise prices on American toys due to tariffs. President Trump imposed a 145% tariff on most goods coming from China, and the vast majority of the toys sold in the U.S. are manufactured in China. Mattel says it plans to diversify its supply chain outside of China.
Well, after a cloudy, damp start to our Tuesday, warming up pretty nicely through the afternoon, making a run at 80 degrees across interior portions of the peninsula. Can't rely on a spotty shower or storm. We'll talk more about the warm weather continuing and when some more unsettled weather rolls in when CoastTV News Midday continues. Well, if you were enjoying yesterday afternoon, you're going to enjoy today after some cloudy skies and some brief fog across parts of the area. We're going to see partly sunny skies throughout the afternoon. 67 in Ocean View, one of the cooler spots in the area. We'll likely top out in the mid-70s there under partly sunny skies through the afternoon. You can see temperatures across the area, 69 in Lewis, 74 Milton. We're at 76 in Seaford and 75 in Georgetown. You can see winds out of the southwest, anywhere between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. With it being Hurricane Preparedness Week, just know your risks. Know where your property is. If it's in a storm surge prone area, wind, flooding, if you live in a flood prone area, note your evacuation zones. If you're in a flood prone area, prepare before the season. That is one thing you want to do. The season starts June 1st. Your supplies, your evacuation plan, and you want to strengthen your home. Stay protected. Know how to get information properly. Download apps. Understand the information. Evacuate if told. Protect life, property, and pets. And also use caution after the storm as well. You hear a lot of the stories about people walking in flooded waters and all that. So keep tuned to the forecast as we head into hurricane season. Well, we've been telling you about this pesky upper level low just kind of parked over the Great Lakes region. It's going to finally begin lifting to the northeast, and we're going to kind of get out of this kind of stagnant shower and storm threat we've been seeing. Not a washout by any means, but we have that isolated shower and storm threat through the afternoon. Mostly sunny skies through our Wednesday, keeping the warm trend going. We have just a general isolated storm threat through the area. You can see the severe threat to our north across southeastern Pennsylvania up through the Poconos and northern New Jersey. As we go throughout the afternoon today, partly sunny skies. Temperatures rising into the mid to upper 70s inland areas. Tonight, though, will dip into the mid 50s with partly cloudy skies, a spotty shower possible. By tomorrow afternoon, we are in the mid to upper 70s inland areas under mostly sunny skies, and we are looking at shower and thunderstorm activity rolling in, looks like late Thursday, as a cold front pushes through the area. Now, our isolated shower storm can't be ruled out today as we top out in the upper 70s to near 80 Eastern Shore, 80 in Vienna, 81 Salisbury, 77 in Crisfield. So the isolated storm threat today, but then as I mentioned, as that front comes through Thursday into Friday, we begin to see our rain chances ramp up. But the good news is it looks like it dries out in time for Mother's Day weekend. So as the front moves through Thursday, can't rule out a shower or storm, but then we're going to see another upper level low kind of swing through with some scattered showers and even a rumble of thunder. Looks like Friday afternoon through Friday evening, but the good news is I think we dry things out into Saturday and Sunday. And the other good news is as we roll into May 13th and 19th, looking at well above normal temperatures, which is certainly good news. 81 for today, partly sunny skies, a warm day with that isolated shower or storm threat. Isolated shower early, otherwise a partly cloudy night. A bit cooler tonight. We'll dip about 10 degrees cooler than where we were at last night. 78 for your Wednesday, a mostly sunny, pleasant day for your midweek. As we go into Thursday, most of Thursday's dry. We see the shower and storm threat arrive later on in the day as that cold front passes through, and then we'll see a scattered shower and storm threat into Friday. Much cooler with the rain and cloud cover, 68. But as I mentioned, looking pretty good for the moms for Mother's Day, Elisa, 78 degrees.
That is good to hear. Thank you so much, Chris. And coming up tonight on DSN at 6, it's the Bayside Conference Baseball Championship game. Then it's the final score at 10:30. And over on the DSN Plus app, along with that title game, here are your exclusives. At 4:15, baseball as Polytech and Dover go head-to-head. And in softball, Sussex Central is home against Cesar Rodney. At 5, it's the Bayside Conference Softball Championship game, and CoastTV will be right back. Cape Henlopen just got greener. The Friends of Cape Henlopen State Park just planted over 120 native trees to celebrate Earth Month. With a little help from the folks over at Dogfish Head, it was all made possible with some grant money that's helping Delaware get more trees in the ground. And happening now in Salisbury, you can register your child for the fire department's Junior Fire Academy. The department says parents can fill out the form online, and there are limited spots available. From July 14th to the 18th, ages 7 through 12 are welcome. And from August 4th to the 8th, the department will work with teenagers ages 13 to 16. And here's a traffic alert in Salisbury. Officials say crews will perform maintenance on the water main near Glen Avenue Elementary School. This means flaggers will be in place to direct traffic from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can see that area on your screen right now. And the city says work is set to take place today and tomorrow, weather permitting. And coming up after the break, summer work setback. We'll tell you how possible Maryland closures could impact your coastal travel. In Ocean City, Maryland State Highway officials say work is being done to repair the 83-year-old Route 50 bridge's aging concrete, and that could lead to some closures throughout the summertime. They say those closures will try to avoid beach traffic. They will run from 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning, but some people we spoke with worry those closures could still impact traffic.
Why couldn't they do it at a slower period? If there's already a choke point trying to get the tourists in, it's of course a headache even for the locals to go back and forth.
Maryland State Highway officials say that concrete work on the bridge will lead to some structural steel work, and that is expected to begin this winter. And an update on a story we have been covering out of Milton. After several months unlimited action, the proposed Cool Spring Crossing development, a plan that includes 1,200 single-family lots at the intersection of Route 9 and Cool Spring Road, appears to be on track for a public hearing in Sussex County. According to the Sussex Preservation Coalition, the County Planning and Zoning Commission is set to hold a public hearing tomorrow. The coalition says the community is the largest ever proposed, and tomorrow's public hearing takes place at noon.
Well, a gorgeous shot of Cambridge. See the cumulus clouds there in the distance. 75 right now in Cambridge, and it's going to be a beautiful afternoon there as temperatures approach the 80-degree mark with a spotty shower or storm. You get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Broxton Mandalos Federico. We'll have a look at that 10-day forecast when we come right back. Well, we're warming up pretty nicely after that gloomy start as we take a live look into Laurel. See some blue skies there, just a few cumulus clouds. 75 degrees right now, dew point 62. Winds are out of the south at about 9 miles an hour. And we're going to likely touch right around 80 degrees through the afternoon under partly sunny skies. A bit cooler at the coast. We're looking at 77 in the Lewis, partly cloudy there. 72 Rehoboth and Dewey. We'll see 72 in Bethany, Ocean City. Can't rule out a spotty shower or storm, but I think most of the area does stay dry, and we'll see 77 in Chicotee. You get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone, and Greg Macedo of Ocean View, Delaware. You're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. 10-day forecast shows 78 into Wednesday. Now, as we get into Thursday, we'll see a late front come through. Could see a late shower or storm there, but a better chance of scattered shower and thunderstorm activity rolls in on Friday. That will be actually the coolest day over the next 10, and then we dry things out into the weekend. Could see an early morning shower Saturday, but I think most of the weekend is dry. Looking pretty good for Mother's Day, 78, and then we'll see some more unsettled weather roll back in towards the tail end of that 10-day forecast.
Thank you so much, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and don't forget to join us for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Have a great day.